I was born in El Paso, Texas, and grew up there. The violence that I was exposed to, living on the border, I think there's a lot of things that can be very frightening. You see a lot of different sides of society that are not very welcoming. You're exposed to drug, violence, hard place to fit in and to feel comfortable. It was kind of taught to me that I would have to stick up for myself and do whatever I needed to do to protect myself and my family. I grew up with my mom and dad until I was about 10 years old, and then my mom took over and my dad left. Not necessarily as a father, but more as a financial provider. I think he felt some sense of responsibility to take care of me and my brother. And he wasn't necessarily there as one would think a father would be, but I don't think he knew how to be a dad. And he let a lot of his own personal interests interfere with that when my mom died. I took it a lot harder. Sammy, I think, was still pretty young. He was 9 years old and processed it a lot differently than I did. I started to run track, found out that I was horribly talented at it, and I thought at that point, in the way that things happened from then on, is that it was very easy for me to get good grades, because even though I didn't go to class, I would do things to get in trouble, but I was never punished. And I started to see that there's a unfair approach to people who had certain gifts that would benefit a school or benefit an institution, and I took advantage of those. I think that the way that you help people, the way that you impact society and your community are things that are ultimately what you should be proud of, not things that you so-called accomplish. You know, I think given the right conditions and circumstances, we can do a lot of things. You know, I can set out to set a new Guinness Book of World Records and run for a month, but what does that do for anybody? I think my belief system in the sense of helping people, providing those things to people gives them an opportunity to be successful. I am a staffing manager for an agency that works with youth who are emotionally disturbed and their dependents of the state of California. I think one of the major things that it's taught me, there's a forgotten segment of society, that there are people with problems far greater than I think the average American would ever comprehend. And it's taught me that no matter how hard I think life is, there's people who are experiencing things that you could only imagine in your worst nightmares. I love my job.